Good morning to all. Welcome to chemistry class. This was last class one. We have studied about the plasma state by using this one. Next we'll move on to the next set of classification. So this was a set of classification of a matter based upon its physical state. Now the second set of classification, and it is based on composition. So on the basis of composition, how the matter is classified. So that is what today we are going to discuss. So it is being classified into two types based upon the chemical composition. Actually it is chemical classification we call. First one is physical classification or based on physical state. The second one is chemical classification. So chemical classification is nothing but it consists of two types. One is pure substances and another one is mixture. So we shall see that one. So the matter is being classified. Matter is being classified into pure substance and mixture. That pure substance, once again it is classified into element and compound. So mixture is being classified as homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. So if at all, if it is being checked, matter, pure substance is nothing but it is being done. The matter of a pure substance, it is being done with only one type of substances. That is nothing but the whole of the matter, it is of only one type of substance, or throughout that matter, throughout that substance, a uniform composition is seen. A uniform composition is seen. So when we say that it is uniform throughout its throughout the matter, the uniformity is maintained. Nothing but, so let us take an example of a glass of water. To that we have a glass of water we have taken, and in that glass of water if you check, so we don't find anything. So everywhere it will be water molecules only. Clear it is? So that is nothing but it is of same type. It is of similar type. So that is what called a pure substance is. So clear it is? So what pure substance is nothing but it is uniform throughout. Uniform throughout, and mixture is nothing but it is made up of two or more other particles. So pure substance is made up of only one kind of particle, or one type of particles. So either it may be atoms or it may be molecules. We'll discuss about that one also. So pure substance are made up of only one type of particles, and mixtures are made up of two or more different kinds of particles. Clear it is? Two or more different kinds of particles. So when we say that similar kind of particle or only one kind of particle, you can observe here. Again we have classified. We have element and we have compound. We have element as well as compound. So before moving to the further classifications, so we shall study now what is pure substance and what is mixture is. So as I said, pure substance is the one, so which is being prepared by, or which is being composed of only one type of particle. So only one type of particular particle or particular substance, if it is made of, then the matter is called as a pure substance. Clear? So matter is being classified in the on the basis of chemical composition. Matter, on the basis of chemical composition, it is being classified into pure substance and mixture. Pure substance is the one which is made up of only one type of particle, and mixture is the one which is made up of two or more different types of particles or substances. Then it is called as mixture. So based on their composition, pure substance get classified into elements and compounds that we have seen. Mixtures have been classified into homogeneous and heterogeneous mixture. So when you consider an pure substance, the physical properties of pure substance are definite and constant. So the mixtures have varying physical properties. The properties are going to vary there. So the physical methods or physical properties will be varying. So we can take few more differences. So if you check the chemical properties, what about the chemical property in pure substance? Chemical properties of pure substances are always constant and definite too. But mixtures have variable or infinite chemical properties. It is because the mixtures consist of different particles. 2-3 different particles are there. Clear? It is because of the 2-3 different particles. So they will be having different chemical properties also, different physical properties also. But pure substance is made up of only one type of particle. So only the property of that particle only will be shown. Either physical property or chemical property, both are constant, and it is related to only one type of substance. So when you consider, let us consider we have a pure substance as gas, oxygen gas. So we have few examples also over here. So let us consider for pure substance we have oxygen gas, and for mixture we have atmospheric air. Air is a combination of oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, some water vapor or humidity will be there. So all these, it is a mixture. So here if you consider pure substance as oxygen, it will be showing only the property of this one. Clear? It will be showing only the property of this one. But in case of mixture, as I said, air consists of nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide. So dust particles, dirt particles will be there, as well as it will also consist of some amount of water vapor, that is humidity will be there. Clear? So if at all, if you consider the air, so you have nitrogen, oxygen is there. It shows the properties of nitrogen also. It shows the properties of oxygen. It also shows the properties of carbon dioxide. All these are gases. Physical property of air is one property is gas. And now when you consider dirt or dust particles. So dust particle is a solid. So that means that it shows the physical property of gas. It shows the physical property of solid, as well as if at all an humidity or water vapor is there. So if little temperature is less, then that will be in the form of slightly into gas or into water format it is. That is slightly liquid also it will be showing. Clear it is? So physical properties, here it is only one, gas. Here it is gas as well as solid. Sometime it may be some amount of liquid also it will be showing. The physical state is varying here. Likewise, when you consider the chemical properties. So the reaction of only oxygen is observed in case of pure substance. But in case of mixture, so the reaction of nitrogen is different from oxygen. The reaction of carbon dioxide is different from the rest too. That means that chemical properties are also varying here. Clear? Now, so pure substances are of coarse and pure. Mixtures are impure substances. That is nothing but, so it is different. So different substances are involved here. That is what it means impure. So it is not possible to separate pure substance. All are gas, all are oxygen only here. So we can't differentiate. So suppose let us consider gold or iron. Iron solid it is. Iron we have taken. Clear it is. We have iron atom. It is a solid. So the particles, let me draw that in a different color so that you can make out that one easily. So iron substance we are considering. It is a solid. Iron solid particle we are considering. So if you consider an solid iron, so one atom, iron atom, one more iron we have. Clear? Like that many particles will be there. Suppose if you consider in this case, if you consider in case of mixtures, if you consider, then so you'll be having mixture. Let us consider mixture. So in the mixtures, it is made up of 2 or 3 different particles. As it is said, it is made up of 2 or 3 different particles. So few particles like this. So it also consists of one more different type of particle. Clear? So let us also go with one more type of particle. Clear now? So these are nothing but mixture. So here if you consider, all particles are same. You can't separate them easily because all are similar. All are iron particles only. Iron atoms only all are. So you can't separate them easily. Clear? So separation by physical method or separation is not possible. It can't be separated because it is consisting of only one kind of same particles, that is called identical particles, similar kind of particles they are. So that's why it will be having same properties. So you can't you can't separate them easily. But when you consider the other one, when you consider the mixture here, you can separate them easily. All black particles separately you can take up, all green particles separately you can remove, and all blue particles separately you can remove. That's what separation can be done by using magnetic separation method or by evaporation. If it is a liquid, evaporation method, so which will be boiling faster, so that will be converted as vapor, and the substance which will be with the lower boiling point will be remaining. So another one is magnetic separation method. Magnetic separation method is nothing but, so we'll be having, it is just like a sieving. It is just like sieving. So but it is done in an magnetic magnetic wheels. On the magnetic wheels it is done, that's it. So just like sieving, where if you are sieving that one, so the whatever the heavier particles are there, it will be remained back, and the lighter particles will be coming front and it will be falling down. So like that. So based upon the masses, so we are going to separate them. So the lighter particles will be falling down, and the heavier particle will be it will be remained in the vessel itself. So that is what called sieving. Next examples, we have gold, oxygen, iron and water separately it is. So here in case of mixtures, 2 or 3 different particles we have taken. Oil and water we have taken. Salt and sand and soil we have taken. Sugar solution we have taken. That is 2 or 3 different types of particles are mixed with one another, and this is called as mixtures. So pure substance made up of only one type of particle. Mixtures are made up of 2 or more types of particles. I hope it is clear. So this cannot be separated. This can be separated. By physical methods, it can be separated easily. So we'll move on to the next, the earlier slide only. So we have discussed about the pure substances and mixture. What it is we know now. So pure substance is made up of only one type of particle. Again, it is being classified as element and compound. Mixture has been classified as homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. So first we shall study about element. So element cannot be decomposed further into simpler substances. So element is the thing, so which is a pure substance that contains only one kind of particles, and further it can't be separated, or further it can't be divided or decomposed. Clear it is. So we have element. Let us consider it as an example. So element can be atoms or it can be molecules. That part later we will take up. So element we are taking. Let us consider this is some iron particle. Clear it is. So this is one iron, this is another iron, this is one iron, and this is one another iron. Clear? So I have considered this one as an iron. Example, I have considered this one as an iron. Clear? Now, so the next one, this is compound. That let us keep that one like that only. So element may be atom or it may be molecule. So if at all, if you are considering this one as an iron, then it is an atom because the iron will be existing in atomic form. But a few substances are there which can't exist as atom. That is nothing but only single atom, it can't be existing. So an example is oxygen or hydrogen. Just before this one, I have written oxygen as O2 I have written. Oxygen I have written as O2. Likewise, hydrogen also can be written as O2 because single hydrogen is not possible. Hydrogen as a single atom, it can't be available or it is not stable. So that's why always two hydrogen will combine to form one molecule. So oxygen is also like that only. Single oxygen atom is not stable. So always it will be appearing as O2. It is a single particle. It is a single individual particle. So single individual hydrogen atom or oxygen atom are not stable. Either it may be hydrogen, oxygen, it may be nitrogen, it may be chlorine, bromine, all these are single atomic state, it is not stable. So always what it does is it combines with one more atom and it forms a molecule. Clear it is? So but few atoms are there, few elements are there. So in which atomic state is stable, single atom is stable. Clear it is? So when we say that element may be in the form of atom or it may be in the form of molecule. So let us consider now atoms and molecules. So atom is a single atom, single particle. So it may be either iron, it may be sodium, it may be helium, it may be neon. Clear? All these can be, all these are stable in their atomic state. That is nothing but one particle itself is stable there. Clear? But a few are a single particle, single atom is not stable. So two atoms will combine together and form a molecule like this. So this is also an example of element only. So element can be in the form of atoms or it can be in the form of molecules. So when you consider few atoms, just a minute. So when you consider a few atoms over here, so all these atoms whatever we have taken, example we have taken here. So all these are atomic forms. They are stable enough in their atomic state itself. So either it may be helium, it may be sodium, it may be neon, it may be argon. All these are stable enough in their atomic state itself. So that is single atom itself. But here it is not stable. So that's why there will be two atoms will be combining with one another and it will be forming one molecule. Why they are not stable? We are going to study in our further classes. Clear? Why few will be existing as atom? Why few will be existing as molecule? Why few in the atomic state itself they are stable? Why few not being in the atomic state also? I mean it is being in the molecular state only it is stable. That one we are going to study in our further cases. So pure substance being converted as element. So element is made up of either it is in the form of atom or it is in the form of molecule. So when you consider this one, atom, it is a single particle. Molecule, even though two particles are there, but both are same. Both are nitrogen only or both are oxygen only, both are hydrogen only. Clear? That means that it is made up of only one kind of particle only. Clear it is? It is made up of only one kind of particle itself. Clear it is? So this is what element is. So next we'll discuss about the compound. So before moving to that one, element, few more points I want to add here. So there are about, already we have studied some 118 elements are there. Out of this, 92 elements are occurring in nature, whereas the remaining have been artificially prepared. 118 elements, among that 92 are naturally occurring and the remaining are artificially prepared, and all these elements do not exist in the equal abundance. They will be the abundance or the amount will be different. So clear it is? So element we have studied. Now we'll move on to compound. So compound is a substance, it is a pure substance which can be decomposed into simpler substance. So here the main point is that it can't be decomposed. It can't be decomposed into simpler substance. So here compound is the one which can be decomposed into simple substance by some suitable chemical method itself. Physical method, that is sieving or by picking, we can't do it. So by chemical methods only we need to do. That is nothing but chemical method in the sense we need to break the bond. Physical method means just by picking, just by hand picking or by sieving or by boiling. All these are nothing but physical methods. So chemical methods are nothing but by breaking bonds. So a compound is formed by combination of two or more elements in a definite proportion by mass. So that is nothing but, let us consider, so the particles whatever is there here as carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide. Two or more particles are involved. But the thing is, it is being called as pure substance yet. So pure substance, we know that it is made up of only one kind of particle. But here compound is made up of carbon and oxygen, two different kinds. No, it is not like that. That entire vessel is made up of carbon dioxide only. So this is also carbon dioxide. Clear? So this is also carbon dioxide. This is also carbon dioxide, only one kind of particle. Only one kind of particle in the sense all are carbon dioxide only. Clear it is? But we can separate them. We can separate if you supply some amount of heat to it. So then the bond between the carbon and oxygen will be broken. Carbon is separated, oxygen will be separated. So whenever we say a statement here, it is very important. Observe properly. A compound is formed by the combination of two or more elements in a definite proportion by mass. So that is nothing but definite proportion for one carbon to oxygen. For one carbon to oxygen. Not like jumbling. Some 10 carbons are there. Some 30-40 oxygens we are going to add. Or some 10 carbons will be having some 5-6 oxygen. Not like that. So all are carbon dioxide only. The amount of carbon, one carbon will be bonding with two oxygen. That is what called definite proportion. Clear? So for one carbon bonded with two oxygen, that is what called definite proportion. So the particles will be in a definite proportion here. So that is what called compound. So compound is a pure substance which can be decomposed into simpler substance by chemical method. So it is formed by the combination of two or more elements in a definite proportion by mass. Here all of them are made up of only one kind of particle. Clear? So that one kind of particle may be in the form of atom or it may be in the form of molecule. Clear it is? So here it is made up of different two or more different kinds of particles but in a different proportion by mass. So this is what element and compound is. Clear it is? Element and compound. Homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture we shall see. Homogeneous mixture, heterogeneous mixture. So in case of homogeneous mixture, when we see that homo, so many a times what happens is whatever the definition or whatever the heading we have, with that itself you can understand the whole of the concept. Homo is nothing but same. So homo indicates it is the same. And what about hetero? Hetero is nothing but different. Hetero is nothing but different. So when you say that it is homo, it is same in the sense. So the entire thing, whatever we have seen, whatever the what a substance you have considered, so it is same as in all ways it is same. That is nothing but, so the phase, it will be having same phase, or it will be having only one phase. So it is different. We'll write it first and then we'll move on to the other part. It is different. So when you say that it is homogeneous, so we have taken, it is a mixture. Mixture means it is made up of two or more particles. So two or more particles should be there, then only it is called as a mixture. So pure substances are the one which is made up of only one kind of substance. But mixtures are more than one or more than two. Two or more substance should be there, then only it is called as a mixture. So here water is one particle, sugar is another particle. So water is one particle and sugar is another particle. We are mixing both of it and we got a solution. So you can observe the liquid. So throughout this solution, it is uniform. It is uniform throughout this solution. So that is nothing but, so no difference. You can't observe any other separate particles over here. So we say that the substance should be in a same phase. That is nothing but all are in the same physical state. All are in the same physical state. So you can't bifurcate anything there. So that's what we say that uniform. So it is uniform throughout the solution. So have same composition. Uniform, same composition. All these words are same. Uniform and same composition it has. So the particles cannot be separated. That is what one phase. It is not distinguishable. So the particles cannot be distinguished. That is nothing but you cannot make out the particles over here. Even though you have mixed two different particles there. Even though you have mixed water and sugar there. Two different particles we have mixed. But it can't be distinguished. It can't be distinguished. It is forming a single particle. It is just forming a single particle type. So that is what called one phase or indistinguishable. Indistinguishable in nature. You can't distinguish that one. Indistinguishable in nature or non-distinguishing in nature. Or it has the same phase. Clear it is? Followed. So homogeneous mixture is a mixture which has the same composition throughout. So these are usually solutions only. Homogeneous mixture will be usually solutions only. So what a compound is also like this only. It is also made up of two or different particles. But the thing is, it is not a solution. Clear it is, and it is throughout only that one is there. That is the difference between homogeneous mixture and compounds. Compounds cannot be liquid. Compounds cannot be solution. Compounds are solid in nature. So the physical state may vary. Not like a physical state doesn't varies at all. It may vary. But the thing is homogeneous, when you say that, so it is throughout it is same. It is uniform. It is indistinguishable in nature. But it can be separated. When you boil, if at all, if you are boiling the solution, then what happens? So what all water will be evaporated and the solid sugar will be left out here. Clear? It can be separated. Their compound cannot be separated. Even though compound may be liquid, it may be solid, it may be gas, but a compound you can't separate them. Even though two substances or two pure substances are mixed to form a compound there, but it can't be separated there. But here you can separate them by boiling. So if you boil this one, so water gets evaporated, leaving behind all the sugar particles here only. If you add salt, salt also same thing. So salt solution will be formed. It is also homogeneous mixture only. But when you heat that one, the crystal salt will be remaining here, leaving out, or water vapor, water will be completely, it is evaporated, leaving behind the solid salt there. Clear it is? So that is what homogeneous mixture is. Homogeneous mixture is a mixture which have same composition throughout. So we can also define that one in this manner also. That is the components completely mix with one another and its composition is uniform throughout. This is the easier statement you can remember. The components completely mix with one another and its composition is a uniform throughout and it is indistinguishable in nature. Then it is called as a homogeneous mixture. So homogeneous mixture, example, sugar solution. So likewise, let us consider a heterogeneous mixture. So heterogeneous mixture, when you consider, the composition is not uniform. You can make out in the diagram. So we have three different particles over here. So one is this liquid which is orange in color, black colored some particles are there, and some pink colored or wine red color some particles are also there here. So that is nothing but three different particles, and this is a bit larger in size, which is settling at the bottom. This is not that much larger, so that's why few are settling and few is in the liquid or on the surface itself, and the liquid is above. So that is nothing but, so three different substances you can easily make out, three different particles you can easily make out. So that is nothing but it is not uniform. So we say that it has different composition in different parts. So here it is liquid, here it is somewhat powdery, here it is the particle size is little larger. So that's why it is settling. It is more larger. So that's why it is settled at the bottom. Completely settled at the bottom. Clear? So that is nothing but the composition is different in different parts. Here it is not like that. Top also same, bottom also same, middle also same, side also same. But here the particles are different at different parts it is. So opposite of this one, it is not uniform, different at different parts. It is distinguishable. So you can separate them easily by filtering. By filtering that one, easily you can separate. So when you filter, liquid will be separated and solid will be separated. Solid will be in the filter paper. Filtration will be doing. So solid will be on the filter paper and liquid is being collected in the beaker. So solid, if you check how to separate them again. These are big, larger sized one. You can pick them, hand pick. You can pick by your hand. So through hand you can pick it and you can separate these solid particles also. So easily by physical methods you can separate them. And so they are distinguishable. That is nothing but if you could able to separate, then it is distinguishable in nature. So a few more examples are there. Sand and iron particles. So sand is mixed with iron particles. It is an heterogeneous mixture. So if it is an heterogeneous mixture, then how to separate that one? So you take a magnet and you show that magnet piece above on the surface of this mixture. So all the iron particles, whatever is there, it is going to come and stick to the magnet. Easily you can separate. Sand and water is one more example. So the easier statement we shall see. We'll conclude this one with an easier statement. The composition is not uniform throughout and sometimes the different compounds can be observed is called heterogeneous mixture, and they can be separated by using physical methods such as hand picking, filtration and crystallization, etc. So this is what called the heterogeneous mixture. So homogeneous, same, heterogeneous, different. Different particles are there. It is the same throughout the solution. Clear? So we shall continue our class. We shall continue our topic in the next class. Thank you.